This movie is about not too distant future, 2028, where there's a water riot going on in LA, which we know is, could happen. But we are caught in between a riot between the rich and the poor, and of course some criminals are making out like bandits and that. And they go to this hotel that is actually for criminals, where you get fixed up or tended up because some of our criminals get a little hurt, and things go down underneath this hotel, and the nurse is the one that's trying to wrangle it all together. Oh, he's amazing, man. As the writer and director, he's an amazing visionary. Like, he really was there hands-on with us, creating this kind of like environment for us to play in this universe for us to go and expand in, and it was really, really, really cool. He's a bruv, as I call him. He's really, really great. Jodie is just a walking masterclass. You can't help but just really like swoon when she comes in the room. I mean, she's been around forever and doing what she does is, just one of the best actresses of all time. And then I got Sterling that I get to play a brother with. This is my best friend for over 11 years, so we get to go in there and shoot him up, you know what I mean? And then Jeff Goldblum is just amazing. Sofia's great. Everyone in this entire movie was amazing to work with. You know why to see the movie. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's gonna be fire. But criminals, guns, Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista. It's gonna be a ride.
I'm really familiar with the writer-director, and he'd been telling me about it for years as he was working on it. And when I read it, I was just so proud of him for creating an original world, an original story. And when he asked me to do it, I thought, I can't let him down. Just go see an original movie, It's not a sequel. It's not a big franchise thing. And there's some incredible performances and some cool sci-fi. And if you like some kind of noir filmmaking, like something that's a little more stylized, if you're a movie buff, it's a good movie for you. It was great. I mean, Drew really was so comfortable in his own skin on set. Part of that is Chung-hoon, who's our director of photography, who's just a genius. And the two of them together had this thing so well thought out that it seemed as though I was working on their fifth or sixth movie. It was really cool to work with Jodie Foster, of course, and Sofia, who's amazing. Everyone. The cast is just... there's people I didn't work with who I'm excited to hopefully meet tonight.
I just thought it was really original. I thought it was really kind of a love story between a lot of characters that was kind of disguised as an action thriller sci-fi film. I just thought it was a really great original script that was really well written and could be really, really well done. I was the second person to sign up, and there was only Jodie attached, and I jumped right at the opportunity to work with her. And then as the cast started building around us, I couldn't believe how good it was getting with each name signing on. It just got better and better and better. But which just says tons about the project itself, because it's just, it was an indie film. But for all these really talented people to sign up, it just says a lot about the way it's written, about the director, writer, Drew Pearce. It's an action kind of drama, sci-fi thriller, but it's really got so much heart to it, man. It's got so many, it's so multi-layered. It's really good storytelling, but it won't leave out your broad general audience, because there's enough in there of just kind of action and thrills to really draw everyone in. But it's really just got so much heart to it, which a lot of films leave out nowadays. So I think it's just really, really well-told story. It was amazing, and I love that he is the director, writer, because he's already so passionate about this project, and it's really a luxury for an actor to have a question and a director to just have an answer like that. It's because he's written it, he knows the story, he's thought about the story, he's thought about background stories of the characters, and it's just a real luxury to have someone have access to all that information. With him there, it just, made things very easy.
I love the idea of bad guys. I think they're more fun for actors to play, and they're more fun for me to write. So why put any good guys in at all? So that's how I came up with the idea of a secret hospital for criminals. Well, as a first-time director and writer, obviously on one level that's intimidating, but I'm spinning a lot of plates, and there's also a reassurance in it as well. Like, these people are incredible at what they do, and there's an aspect of which it was like one thing less to worry about having such a great cast. Well, I moved here 8 years ago to make Iron Man 3, and and I've never gone, and I want to stay forever. I adore the city. I also adore its pop culture from the last 100 years, so absolutely this film, Hotel Artemis, is steeped in the music and the movies and the crime literature that have kind of defined Los Angeles for that time. You know, when Jodie came on board, she was the first one in. She was the first person that read the script. I still don't know how she got the script because we hadn't sent it out. But I met her and we talked, and she was really gracious. She was like, I know you need to go see other people, but just so you know, at the end of that, I'm here if you want me. I left where we'd met, and I waited maybe 30 seconds in the car, and then I called my producer. I was like, we have to book Jodie. We have to book Jodie. And once Jodie came on board, it's never easy to cast a movie, particularly when there's like 11 movie stars in it. But Jodie, I think, acted as a kind of stamp of approval in that if she was willing to take a risk on me, then other people were too.
Such an amazing character, the nurse. She's, she's just, it's a complete transformation. It really is totally different than me. I feel unrecognizable in a way, and to play somebody who's kind of broken on the inside and has such a different physicality than I do, and to just inhabit that for this amount of time was awesome. Cool, amazing. I mean, to have so many people who come from so many different worlds, really, and each one of the characters has their own story. They have their own dynamic, their own story. Each one's so rich. From there's such different types of actors, from Sofia Boutella to Dave Bautista and Sterling and Jeff Goldblum. I mean, it's just great. Each one of them is so strong. Best first-time director I've ever worked with, actually. Most prepared, had everything in his head, complete vision, and I think, he really loves old Los Angeles. He's, not a native, and so he came here and just fell in love with it, and I grew up here, and I feel that same way, and the film really reflects that. Oh, this is the kind of film you kind of need to go see in the movie theaters. It's just really like nothing else, and you see so many movies out there that are just sort of, another version, another sequel, another comic book hero. And this is really like nothing I've seen before. There's originality and a lot of heart.
The movie's about a hotel, a hospital actually, for criminal disguised as a hotel, and it takes place in a sort of dystopian near future Los Angeles. I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, for this character in particular, I had a little bit of a different theme for her. I think she's a bit more feminine. I think she embraced her womanhood, and she's very elegant. And I like the mix of the strength and the fighting, and also the femininity. I've always looked up to Jodie Foster. I think she's an incredible actress, no doubt about it. And I grew up watching her in French television, speaking an impeccable French without any accent, and just being on set with her and getting to act in the same movie was pretty incredible. And the story also being so original, so refreshing. There's nothing like it out there. It's a fun thriller, high action thriller film that they'll have fun going through, because it's a ride and it's nothing like it out there.
I dig the script. Like, Drew Pearce wrote a hell of a character piece with all these disparate people who are forced to deal with each other in the Hotel Artemis. All of them sort of ne'er-do-wells, but now when you get them all together, you're like, who's really the bad ones and who are the ones that you're going to root for? So it was a story that I hadn't seen before, something completely different from Randall Pearson. Always looking for something different. And it's sort of my first opportunity to kind of be sort of an action lead type thing, which was fun and exciting. This cast was an embarrassment of riches. I'm friends with this dude, Tyree Henry, so we got a chance to play brothers in the film, which was phenomenal. Jodie is just like walking history, a living legend in this industry, so I got a chance to fan out for a second, and then I actually got a chance to play with her, which was amazing. Bautista is a beast. Like, everything he does, he slays. And people sell him short because he's got the wrestling background, but that dude can act his booty off. Me and Charlie Day are boys from a long time ago. It's wonderful getting to know Sofia and getting a chance to play with her. Goldblum is like this crazy character. He's as crazy as you think he is. Quinto was the bomb. Like, everybody in the Jenny Slate, it was an embarrassment of riches. Like, not a weak link in the bunch. Everybody was game to play. He's wonderful. Like, he's a wonderful collaborator, and he had such enthusiasm and passion for this project. You know, he's been writing for years, but this was his directorial debut, and he was involved in every little thing, like every nuance, whether it was costume or hair or makeup. He had a full investment and an opinion about everything. And so when you get that sort of singularity of focus, something gets to come together that doesn't get messed with, you know? I feel like our film was messed with very little. It was his vision.